Hi, everybody. This is Kim Rao. We will get started here in a few minutes. We'll just give folks a few more minutes to join, so just sit tight. All right, we're going to get started. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining us for the Critical Tactics Accelerating Commerce webinar. This is the second in a series that we are going to be focusing on the 5 must-have payment features for platforms. And I'm here with Mike Masasi and Jeff Capello. Mike, introduce yourself. Say hello.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Michael Masasi. I'm a product manager at BlueSnap. I work on our solutions for payments for platforms and integrated payments, including our value-added services, things like our fraud stack, and our mobile solutions.
And Jeff Capello.
And good morning, everybody. This is Jeff Capello. I am responsible for business development and strategic alliances here at BlueSnap, and I've been with the company for about 5 years.
So we are going to cover a few things in about 30 minutes this morning, or faster. We're going to try to get you on your way, but we are going to talk a little bit about the market, the value of integrated payments, the 5 specific platform needs, and then talk a little bit about our better payment platform. And we'll have a little bit of time at the end for Q&A. If you have questions throughout the webinar, feel free to put them in the chat, and we'll cover them at the end. And this is also being recorded, so we will send the slides and the recording around by the end of the week. So just a quick company snapshot of who we are. So BlueSnap is a better way to accept payments in 180 countries. We are based in Boston, Massachusetts. We're sitting there today, and we have offices in Silicon Valley, Tel Aviv, and London, and we have thousands of customers all over the world. So Jeff is going to kick us off a little bit of data on the market.
Yep. So again, good morning, everybody. I think as a starting point, just to sort of level set, I think it's important to talk about the size and growth of e-commerce payments. So if you take a look at where we are today, currently global B2C and B2B e-commerce payments is around $7 trillion. This is expected to grow in the next couple of years to about $11 trillion. And what's really fueling the growth in e-commerce is really two main things. It's cross-border and it's mobile. So I think this is what is really presenting a huge opportunity for ISVs to begin to think about playing a more active role in payments. So the next question might be, what is the payments industry doing to evolve to help enable all this growth? So if you take a look at the history of payments, the original generation, Gen 1 as we call it, was essentially a payment gateway providing basic connectivity. This is connecting your bank to a gateway to enable credit card processing back in the mid-1990s. Then in the mid-2000s, around 2009, the advent of APIs and merchant accounts, which enabled merchants to sort of customize and build their own checkout pages, evolved. And this was very startup friendly and enabled a lot of growth within e-commerce. Where we see this going, what we're building to today, is this notion of payments as a service, which is really accelerating commerce globally. It's the notion of an all-in-one platform with all the built-in functionality and features that a merchant or an ISV might need in order to enable cross-border sales and mobile. This is where we see the market is really set up for ISVs to play a much more active role in payments. So we'll get to that next. So the question is, what is the opportunity for ISVs? What is the value in integrated payments? There's a number of things. First of all, you have this opportunity to create and offer a better overall product, one that includes a seamless payment experience and also drives a new revenue stream for the ISV. All of this contributes to greater customer stickiness. It enables you to get paid faster. And there's also an opportunity to participate in a revenue share with payments providers like BlueSnap. I'm going to turn it over to Mike to talk a little bit about some of the must-haves for payments for platforms.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Hi, everyone. I'm hoping that the folks dialed in are now awake to the opportunity of integrated payments, or at least gears are starting to turn to think about how they can get more involved. So with that, let's jump into the top 5 must-haves for your integrated payment solution. So the first one is being able to integrate it easily. It should be an efficient development effort with as much support as you need to make the integration successful. Number 2 is fast onboarding and account setup. So with a lot of platforms now, the platform is offering a instantaneous account opening and needing that to extend to their payments features as well, so that the payments enablement is just as easy as the rest of their account enablement. Number 3, global capabilities. Software platforms in many ways are the easiest to grow globally. Then when you integrate payments, there can be some complexities in rolling that out globally, so you should make sure that your payments partner is covered in all the regions where you're enabling users. Number 4, built-in features, things like making sure your platform has adequate fraud protection for all users involved, that it supports all the payment types like e-wallets and business models like subscriptions that your platform requires. 5, flexibility to co-brand. You're going to be integrating payments. It's going to be part of your product. You should have at least the opportunity to brand it with your brand, making it part of your overall customer experience. And then lastly, a bonus. We couldn't keep it to 5. There's really another critical component that you should be thinking of, which is how your partner supports your go-to-market strategy for your new payment service. And we'll go into a little bit more detail of each of these on the next slides. So easy integration. It starts with the technology. Are there APIs built using the modern REST style? Do they have SDKs, especially for mobile, to make the integration a little bit faster? And then what's wrapped around that? Is there a developer hub with detailed integration guides? Is there live implementation support? Now, all of this comes together to make the integration faster, give you more confidence that the integration will be successful and working as you need it to. Onboarding and account setup, like I mentioned earlier, you may have a platform where users can sign up instantaneously or at least very quickly. You want to make sure that same experience is carried over into payments. It won't be a great experience if they open an account on your platform and then you tell them they need to wait a week or longer in order for the payments feature to be turned on. So ask about how onboarding will work, and then importantly, what KYC, due diligence, and underwriting standards will your partner have. With global rapid growth of software platforms, it's really important to make sure that you're enabling payments in a compliant way, and your payment partner should be able to tell you how they're doing that. And then lastly, ask about how all of this translates on a global scale. And next slide, we'll go into more detail on global. So software, in many ways, it should be very easy to scale globally. You don't have to worry about things like shipping and logistics. But payments can get very complicated operating globally. Conversion rates can suffer when you're accepting payments in different languages and currencies. And there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to integrate payments globally. And unfortunately, a lot of platforms that we see integrating payments now are limiting it to single regions, which again is an inconsistency of user experience that really doesn't have to be there. So the right way we would say to do it is to have a partner that can connect you to a network of acquiring banks globally, so that payments are processed local to the region where the payer is. That's going to give you the best conversion rates for sure. And then also supporting all of the local payment types for the regions where you're onboarding users. Not just limiting it to credit cards, making sure that payment types like ACH, electronic checks, Skrill, so forth, GiroPay, all of those are also available to your users. Built-in features are really important, I think, especially fraud prevention. With rapid growth that platforms are hoping to achieve can create opportunity for fraud to sneak in. So having a platform, a payments platform that has real-time fraud detection is really important. It builds the security of your platform and will give more confidence to your users, allowing you to scale more efficiently. And then other things to consider are how chargebacks are going to be handled. When there is a dispute, do you have an opportunity for the sellers on your platform to stand up for themselves and dispute chargebacks? And when you're expanding globally, do you have a solution for 3D Secure that will be compliant with PSD2 and some of the network mandates in the different geographies around the world? So that's what we would call the fraud stack, the fraud prevention, chargeback management, 3D Secure. But also ask about the digital wallets that are proven to increase conversions, and ask about subscriptions. I think subscriptions is usually a no-brainer for SaaS platforms, so definitely make sure that your business model is supported. 5, branding. Again, this with the payments integration, payments is becoming part of your product. We usually see that the platform's brand is definitely at least primary in the payments module or payments feature, however you decide to label it. And then since you're really opening a merchant account for your customers, you have to make a decision, how will that merchant account be managed? So if it's through a portal provided by the payments partner, do you have the ability to put your brand on it and make it look seamless with the rest of your product? or if you decide you'd rather create your own portal for managing all the aspects of the merchant account, does the payment partner provide you with APIs that let you build out all the functionality you need. And the bonus, the go-to-market support. So that's really a consultative relationship that can be carried from the integration all the way through your sales and marketing efforts. So does the payment provider have someone assigned to your integration to make sure what you're developing will actually meet the objectives of your payments integration? And then after it's live, being able to provide go-to-market support with activities such as webinars, conference attendance, sales support for closing deals. You're now selling payments, which is something that will probably be new to your sales team. You'll be getting asked questions around payments that you've probably never answered before. So having a partner that can help with sales support and answer some of those payments-related questions can be really effective. And all of that coming together with the integration will make sure that your efforts are successful.
Good. So earlier we talked about the market opportunity and the growth in payments. Now let's sort of double click and take a look at what BlueSnap has built to address this growth, both to help merchants and help ISVs participate in this opportunity. So BlueSnap has built this all-in-one payment platform that can essentially accept a payment any way you want to. So whether it's online or mobile checkout, whether it's sending invoices to customers, handling almost any conceivable subscription model, and also through virtual terminals, taking phone orders, or even at the point of sale. So we've built an all-in-one platform with the features that will address almost any way you could want to accept a payment. So what's in the product? This is sort of a high-level look at what we've built and how we're serving this growth in e-commerce. Some of these things make us quite unique. So I'm starting on the top left here at 11 o'clock, but unlike most payment gateways and payment platforms, we're connected to more than 20 banks around the world. Like Mike said earlier, this allows a merchant to process payments locally, which would increase your conversions. We also are connected to multiple acquiring banks in different regions around the world. So we're able to intelligently route transactions to the acquiring bank, which we feel is most likely to be successful. As Mike touched on, we've connected to more than 100 global payment methods in addition to major credit cards. We also enable merchants to sell in more than 100 currencies. We are integrated with most of the major wallets. These are things like Apple Pay, Google Pay, Visa Checkout, MasterPass. We see that as sort of the future of payments in terms of frictionless checkout. Mike touched on the full fraud stack, so we enable a full feature stack of tools so that you can manage fraud, avoid fraud, and manage your chargebacks. And then ultimately providing the payment analytics and reporting so that you can manage your business, see where there's opportunities for improvement, and ultimately increase conversions and sales. We also have a super cool mobile app that allows you to look at the payment analytics and the reporting on the go. So let's take a look at sort of a common use case. We have been in the payments business for about 15 years. We built this platform as we sort of see where payments is heading. In the past, you might see a merchant who has integrated to an acquiring bank for US sales, somebody in Europe, Asia, Latin America. Maybe they've connected directly with some alternative payment methods. Separate from that, they may have integrated to other features and functionality like a subscription engine, some kind of an invoicing tool. They're working with marketplaces, direct integrations with the wallets. Maybe they've got an on-the-side sort of tool that enables them to report and analyze all this. That's commonly what we're seeing with merchants that come to us that weren't sort of pre-thinking where payments was going and they sort of, over the course of their growth in their business, they've added these things. We look at a situation like that, and we can literally wipe all that out and put it all on the BlueSnap All-in-One platform. Obviously, this looks like a pretty simple solution. It's taken us, a long time to build this really sophisticated platform. But, here's an example of some of the clients we work with where they had expanded internationally, were engaging in cross-border sales, had enabled a number of different tools. And by combining all this onto one platform, it's really simplified payments for them. And that's where I see the opportunity for ISVs. Previous generations of payment companies and payment gateways, there really wasn't that same opportunity to participate more actively in payments. Because of full stack payment platforms like what BlueSnap has built, there's now this opportunity for an ISV to much more actively engage in payments, create a much better customer experience and a more frictionless experience in making a payment, and drive new revenue opportunities for you, the ISV. So that brings us to the end of our presentation. We're happy to take some questions.
Yep, so feel free to submit your questions in the chat. We'll queue them up. There was one that came in while we were talking, but feel free to any others that you might have. So the question is, tell me more about how split payments work. Mike, you want to take that one?
Sure, that's a good question. I think if you remember Jeff's slide of the different generations of payments, the thing that makes the Generation 3 stand out is the split payments functionality, and it's really what enables this opportunity for platforms to get more into payments. So the way it works, it's a simple concept. When you process a payment, the payment providers such as BlueSnap can split that payment to multiple parties. So think of a marketplace where the shopping cart has 5 products, and each product is from a different third-party seller. BlueSnap can process that payment and then pay each of the 5 third-party sellers directly, and then also pay the marketplace a commission for facilitating that sale. And it can really be used for, any number of different use cases, whether it's a platform that facilitates hiring a dog walker, and you need a partner that will pay the dog walker directly what they're owed for performing the service, and then split that payment so the platform is able to take their commission directly out of that payment. So that's really how platforms can get paid faster, is leveraging this to take their commission directly out of the payments as they're processed.
Awesome. That's great. Okay. So I think that's it for today. So thank you guys very much for your time. Thanks everybody for joining us. As I mentioned, this is I will send around the recording by the end of the week, so you should see that in your inbox shortly. So thanks everybody, and have a great day.